Guys, it's week 33. It is our Fun with Props themed week. So our focus is object manipulation. Starting here at circuit 1, we're at our first station. They're gonna stand on the Bosu ball. Hands are gonna reach to the floor onto the panel mat. They're gonna do a tucked front roll so that they don't hit their feet on our half circle right there. And then they're gonna stand up and grab the noodles. So very similar to what we did last week. They just have the challenge of keeping their legs squeezed in a tuck and is now on a flat surface. Over here at station 2, they're gonna grab a sponge, put it in between either their knees or their ankles, and they're just doing bunny hops over all the sticks. This station has a couple variations, whatever you think your group is capable of. Our first variation is standing on the Bosu ball, hands go on the floor bar, climbing up to a squat on, or jumping to a squat on, stand up, jump off onto the yellow. If you want to challenge your group, you can always flip over the Bosu ball and have it as a wobbly surface. Or if you think it's going to be too hard for your group, take away the panel mats and maybe even take away the Bosu ball, just so that they're capable of getting that squat on position. Over on our high bar, climbing up the cheese, we're just doing monkey walks all the way sideways. There will be a prop right here for them to balance on their lap as they do, so they can do their tucked monkey walks. And that is it there. Over here, we are gonna put a sponge in between our knees again, climb up into our front support, and we're gonna do cast. Try not to drop our sponge. On this bar, we are doing pike hang into a tuck hang. So we're just bending and straightening our knees from a pike to a tuck shape with our hands and feet on the bar. On this one, we're grabbing the snake and holding it above our head. They're gonna start in front of the green hoop, jump in, jump out, jump in, jump out. On this one, these are gonna resemble our parallel bars, just a little bit longer. Hands go on either bar, their feet are gonna start on the feet shape, and they're gonna tuck their knees up to their chest and over the pylon, over all of them. And that is it for circuit 1. Hi guys, we are at circuit 2. This one's a little heavy with the object manipulation. Starting over here, the kids are gonna grab a ribbon. They're actually gonna grab 2 ribbons, one for each hand. And all they're doing is there's going to be props on the beam, is that every time they reach a prop, they're gonna go releve and twirl their ribbon way up high and then squat down and twirl it towards the floor, just like that. All the way down. Then over here we have sponges. They're gonna put the sponges in between their feet or their knees, and they're doing long jumps or bunny hops all the way down. Try not to drop their sponge. On this one, we are just walking down the beam. They're gonna grab a ball as they walk, and once they reach a hoop, they're just gonna pass the ball through the hoop on the other side all the way through. On this one, we are grabbing a bean bag, we're putting it on our head, and we're doing our marches backwards down the hot dog beam. And then finally, this station, they're gonna lay with their back on the roly-poly. They're gonna be looking at the star on the wall. They're gonna reach back until their hands touch the red, and they're just gonna do a back roll right over onto the cheese. So they're really just going from a layout with their back on the roly-poly, lift their legs up to a candlestick and over into a back roll. With the roly-poly, it kind of does a lot of the work for them. You just have to spot them so that they don't roll on their neck or on their head. And that is it for circuit 2. Hi guys, we are at circuit 3. So starting over here, this is one long station right here. So their kids are gonna grab a ribbon. As they walk along the plank, every time they reach a noodle, they're just making a circle around the noodle with their ribbon. Same on the other side, all the way down this plank up to the horse. And then they're gonna drop off their ribbon and they're gonna do a tuck jump onto the red mat. Over here on the beat board, they're gonna do a jump to a straddle stand on the red boxes, bear walks or crab walks forwards down the red boxes. Then finally over here on our mini tramp, they're gonna hold the snake above their head. They're gonna do a couple street jumps and then tuck jump into the 2 bridges that make a circle. And that is it for circuit 3. Hi guys, we're at circuit 4. This is the same setup as the last 2 weeks, where the kids all have their own station, or maybe you have 2 kids to a station. They take one turn at that station, then you switch them. So that way they're getting lots of turns at each station, but learning how to rotate properly for when they move up to their older group. Over here, we are doing that candlestick, stand up, jump half turn that we did last week, or you can do donkey kick, jump onto the box. On this one, hands go on the beam in the middle. They are gonna jump side to side, kind of imitating that cartwheel, but with feet together. Over here, we have our front roll or log roll. Inside the donut, they are doing jump full turn or jump half turns. On our colored mat, we're doing cat leaps. And then finally over here, they are gonna be holding their tuck support. So hands on either side, tuck up into your chest and trying to hold it for 5 seconds. And that is it for circuit 4.